There is nothing wrong to do with surgery if you don't like something and accept it on yourself.
What surgery was the hardest to recover?
Oh, it's when you do like the lipo and like ab edge, like the J-plasma, because it's like the heat goes in.
The 90-Day Fiancé franchise has become a cultural phenomenon that thrives on unexpected turns, dramatic moments, and personal evolution. Across multiple seasons and spin-offs, viewers have witnessed cast members undergo remarkable transformations that extend far beyond what anyone could have predicted. These changes span physical makeovers, career pivots, and complete lifestyle overhauls. Some cast members decided to invest in cosmetic procedures to rebuild their confidence, while others pursued fitness journeys that redefined their entire identity. What makes these transformations truly fascinating is the journey behind each one, the personal motivations, the public reactions, and the ways these individuals have chosen to rewrite their public personas. This exploration takes us through the stories of franchise stars who have changed so dramatically that fans struggle to recognize them in recent photos and appearances. When Larissa dos Santos Lima first stepped onto 90-Day Fiancé, she arrived as a Brazilian woman seeking to build a life with an American partner. Her early appearances on the show revealed a woman with a natural look and a straightforward sense of style. What captured viewers' attention was her spirited personality and her willingness to speak her mind, regardless of the consequences. However, as her time on television continued, Larissa began making choices that would fundamentally alter her appearance. Over a period of several years, she underwent a series of cosmetic procedures, including breast augmentation, rhinoplasty, liposuction, and Brazilian butt lift surgery. Industry observers and fan communities estimated that she invested over $70,000 into reshaping her physical appearance. The cumulative effect of these procedures transformed her into someone barely recognizable from her early franchise days. While some viewers praised her confidence in pursuing changes she desired, others criticized what they perceived as excessive transformation. Regardless of opinions, Larissa's dramatic physical metamorphosis made her one of the most discussed cast members in franchise history. Eventually, she departed from television but maintained a strong social media presence, leveraging her notoriety to build an online following and business ventures. Colt Johnson's transformation followed a different trajectory entirely. During his initial appearances on 90-Day Fiancé, Colt presented himself as an introverted man living with his mother and struggling through a turbulent marriage filled with constant conflict and emotional turmoil. Viewers perceived him as a sympathetic figure trapped in circumstances beyond his control, though his own behaviors often contributed to the chaos. Following his divorce, Colt made a deliberate decision to reinvent himself through fitness and personal development. He committed to consistent exercise routines and dietary changes that gradually reshaped his physique. Over months and years, he achieved significant weight loss and muscle development that many fans found genuinely impressive. This physical transformation also seemed to correspond with psychological changes. He appeared more confident, more grounded, and better equipped to handle life's challenges. The shift allowed him to escape the narrative that had defined him on television and to establish himself as someone capable of taking control of his destiny. Fans who once mocked him began acknowledging his dedication and work ethic, marking a considerable shift in how he was perceived within the franchise community. Yara Zaya entered the 90-Day Fiancé universe with an inherent sense of style and confidence that immediately set her apart from many cast members. She garnered attention not only for her relationship dynamics, but also for her fashion choices and overall aesthetic presentation. When critics began questioning her appearance and suggesting she had undergone cosmetic enhancements, Yara took a refreshingly honest approach. Rather than denying procedures or becoming defensive, she openly acknowledged her nose job, lip injections, and other aesthetic choices. She presented a perspective that normalized cosmetic procedures as personal decisions that should not invite shame or judgment. This transparency earned her considerable respect from viewers who appreciated her refusal to perpetuate the common reality television pattern of denial. Beyond cosmetic work, Yara also embraced fitness routines and wellness practices that contributed to her overall glow-up. She successfully channeled her influence into business ventures, launching a boutique and expanding into beauty and lifestyle product lines. Her entrepreneurial success transformed her from reality television personality into a legitimate business owner and lifestyle influencer whose brand commanded market presence and consumer loyalty. Darcy Silva became one of the franchise's most recognizable faces through her emotionally charged storylines and her partnership with her twin sister Stacy in their spin-off series. Both sisters became known for their openness regarding cosmetic procedures, regularly discussing their mommy makeovers and various aesthetic enhancements, including breast work, lip fillers, and dental veneers. They addressed the societal pressures that motivated their decisions, the expectations to maintain youthfulness, the impacts of motherhood, and the relentless scrutiny of being in the public eye. While their honesty was appreciated by some viewers, others felt their transformations had gone too far, resulting in appearances that seemed artificially enhanced. Darcy's evolution extended beyond physical changes. She actively built a business empire around her personal brand, launching fashion lines and wellness initiatives that capitalized on her celebrity status. She positioned herself as an embodiment of resilience, confidence, and self-determination, using her platform to inspire others while also building financial independence. Her multifaceted approach to transformation demonstrated that personal reinvention could occur on numerous levels simultaneously: physical, professional, and psychological. Anfisa Arkhipchenko's journey represents one of the most profound transformations in franchise history, though it diverged significantly from the typical cosmetic surgery path followed by many cast members. When Anfisa initially appeared on 90 Day Fiancé, she generated considerable controversy due to her direct communication style, high expectations, and the tumultuous relationship that became her primary storyline. When her marriage ended following her partner's legal troubles and incarceration, Anfisa faced a critical decision point. Rather than retreating from public life or pursuing traditional reality television recovery strategies, she embarked on an entirely different path. She committed herself to bodybuilding, athletic training, and fitness certification. This dedication to physical discipline transformed her body through muscle development and athletic achievement rather than surgical intervention. She competed in bodybuilding competitions and established herself as a legitimate fitness professional, earning credentials and respect within the fitness community. This transformation allowed her to escape the dramatic narrative that had defined her television presence and to establish an identity rooted in discipline, strength, and professional accomplishment. People who had previously judged her as a dramatic character now recognized her as a dedicated athlete and trainer committed to personal excellence. Rebecca Parrott entered the franchise at a later life stage than most cast members, bringing maturity and life experience to her storyline. However, she faced criticism related to aging and appearance, reflecting broader societal prejudices against women in their later decades. As she approached her 50th birthday, Rebecca decided to pursue cosmetic and aesthetic treatments that included mini tummy tuck procedures, laser liposuction, lip injections, and potentially additional facial enhancements. These procedures resulted in a noticeably more refreshed appearance that she felt genuinely improved her confidence and comfort in her own skin. Her decision sparked broader conversations about beauty standards, aging, and whether women should pursue procedures or embrace natural aging. Rebecca consistently maintained that her choices reflected her own desires for self-care and confidence, rather than attempts to satisfy external critics or unrealistic beauty expectations. She articulated a perspective that reframed cosmetic procedures as legitimate self-care choices available to women at any age, challenging the narrative that aging women should simply accept physical decline as inevitable. Her glow-up represented an assertion that transformation and self-improvement remain accessible and valid at any life stage. Angela Deem underwent one of the most dramatic physical transformations in franchise history, driven by genuine health concerns rather than vanity alone. For years, she struggled with significant weight that limited her mobility, energy, and overall health. This reality prompted her to pursue gastric sleeve surgery in 2020, a decision that initiated a profound physical metamorphosis. Following the surgery, she underwent additional procedures including liposuction and breast reduction, ultimately losing close to 100 pounds. Her physical appearance changed so dramatically that longtime fans sometimes failed to recognize recent photographs of her. Beyond the aesthetic transformation, Angela spoke openly about her motivations, which centered on wanting to live longer, feel stronger, and be present for her family. She expressed fears about her health trajectory and a desire to prove to herself that meaningful change remained possible. Her journey sparked important conversations about health, self-worth, and the complex relationships people have with their bodies. While some viewers admired her dedication and courage, others expressed concerns about the rapid pace of her transformation and potential physical and emotional consequences. Regardless, Angela's visible commitment to change earned respect from audiences who recognized the genuine effort and sacrifice required for such dramatic physical transformation. Paula Mayfield's transformation emphasized fitness and discipline rather than surgical intervention, establishing her as an alternative model within the franchise. She redirected her focus from the romantic narratives that initially defined her television presence toward personal fitness and physical achievement. Through dedicated training, weightlifting, and nutritional discipline, she reshaped her body and built impressive musculature without resorting to cosmetic procedures. She frequently emphasized to followers that her physical transformation resulted from consistent hard work and genetic factors rather than surgical shortcuts. This approach resonated with audiences who valued transparency and authentic effort. As her fitness journey progressed, Paula successfully transitioned into modeling, performance, and social media influence built around wellness and physical achievement. She established herself as a fitness influencer whose message emphasized personal strength and health rather than appearance alone. Her evolution demonstrated that cast members could escape narrow reality television roles through dedication to legitimate pursuits and skill development. Paula's quiet transformation proved more powerful than dramatic makeovers because it reflected genuine commitment to personal improvement and self-discipline. Natalie Mordoff-Siva's journey represented a more introspective and emotionally centered transformation. She arrived in the franchise as an intensely emotional personality whose dramatic reactions and relationship conflicts captivated audiences. Seeking to boost her confidence, she pursued cosmetic procedures, including lip enhancements, though she later regretted the results, feeling they made her lips appear unnatural and disproportionate. This regret prompted reflection about the gap between intended outcomes and actual results in cosmetic procedures. Rather than pursuing additional surgical modifications, Natalie gradually shifted her focus toward wellness, healing, and emotional balance. She began emphasizing mental health, inner peace, and personal growth in her social media presence and public communications. She attempted to rebrand herself as someone moving beyond drama toward thoughtfulness and emotional maturity. However, her attempts at reinvention were complicated by her established reputation and ongoing relationship complications that repeatedly drew her back into public drama. Her transformation illustrated how difficult it can be to escape narratives established through television exposure, particularly when ongoing life circumstances continued generating conflict and controversy. Thais Ramon's transformation occurred within the context of motherhood and personal maturation. She entered the franchise during a period of relationship stress and cultural adjustment, but her most significant life change arrived with the birth of her child. Motherhood fundamentally restructured her priorities and her sense of identity. She shifted from seeking television attention and public drama toward focusing on family, healing, and personal development. Postpartum recovery presented genuine physical and emotional challenges, but navigating these difficulties helped her develop resilience and self-understanding. She began exploring wellness practices and self-care routines that reflected both Brazilian cultural traditions and contemporary wellness philosophy. While she occasionally hinted at future business ventures in beauty or bikini sectors, her primary transformation centered on emotional and spiritual growth rather than physical overhaul. She found strength through quiet routines, motherhood responsibilities, and honest self-reflection. Her glow-up demonstrated that meaningful transformation could emerge from life circumstances and personal growth rather than cosmetic intervention or dramatic lifestyle changes. Big Ed Brown's transformation holds particular significance because he entered the franchise as the target of relentless mockery and harsh criticism. Viewers commented on his appearance, his social awkwardness, and his uncomfortable behavior patterns, turning him into an internet meme and object of ridicule. For a considerable period, this reputation seemed permanent and inescapable. However, Big Ed eventually decided to stop accepting these narratives as inevitable aspects of his identity. He committed to fitness routines, dietary improvements, and personal development initiatives designed to reshape both his body and his self-perception. As physical changes became visible, some observers acknowledged his genuine effort and dedication. His transformation was complicated by the fact that his personality remained a source of controversy even as his physical appearance improved. However, he demonstrated that even someone positioned as franchise villain could pursue meaningful self-improvement and earn a degree of respect through consistent dedication to personal growth. His journey illustrated that transformation requires not just physical change, but also psychological resilience and commitment to becoming a better version of oneself despite ongoing criticism. The collective transformations across the 90-Day Fiancé franchise reveal diverse pathways to personal reinvention. Some cast members pursued cosmetic procedures to reshape their appearance and rebuild confidence in their physical presentation. Others committed to fitness and discipline, building impressive physiques through dedicated hard work. Still others underwent more subtle transformations centered on emotional growth, wellness, and establishing legitimate professional identities beyond reality television. What unites these stories is the recognition that meaningful change remains possible at any life stage, regardless of one's starting point or established reputation. These cast members demonstrate that people can escape limiting narratives, rebuild their identities, and establish themselves on terms of their own choosing. While some transformations receive more dramatic attention than others, each represents an attempt to move beyond previous circumstances toward a version of self that feels more authentic, confident, and fulfilling. Like, subscribe, and follow for more.